wondering, what is the president's reaction when he hears protesters in China chant freedom or Xi Jinping step down?
The president's not going to speak for protesters around the world. They're speaking for themselves.
Bold. Joining me now, Gordon Chang, author of the book, The Coming Collapse of China. It is odd that the once land of the free United States of America really doesn't have anything strong to say about political protests going on in China. Odd, wouldn't you say, Gordon?
Extremely odd. You know, John Kirby was so dispiriting because when the United States doesn't stand for democracy and freedom, nobody will. And it's not just the issue of China, because people around the world heard Kirby speak those words. And that, unfortunately, is going to, I think, show the United States not to be full-throated in support of its value. That's America. And when Americans don't support their values, for instance, the Chinese notice and they press the advantage. So this has a direct consequence for us.
Gordon, you wrote The Coming Collapse of China. Now, I marvel at this all the time. I talk about this a lot. I've talked about it on this show. When you consider their investments in other countries, the money it takes to have influence around the world. I mean, they fund so much of the stuff you see here in America, and plus they're locking down their economy. I don't understand how they're still standing. They have to be in a dire financial situation, right?
Yeah, I believe the Chinese economy is not growing. It's certainly not growing at the numbers reported. More important, the property sector is plunging. Both sales and prices are down by double digits. And that's an indication that the rest of the economy is not doing as well as it's been explained to the Chinese people. And this, of course, has a real implication because Xi Jinping, he's supposed to deliver prosperity. And when he can't do that, really the only way he can stay in power is after all going after some foreign country. Taiwan, Japan, India, the Philippines, the United States. And so we could be the victim of all of this.
What do you mean going after the United States? How is it going to come after us?
Well, for instance, Chinese ships and planes challenge ours in the global commons. And some of those incidents have been quite dangerous. So these are times where American pilots, American sailors have been able to successfully navigate away. But we got to remember what happened in April 2001 when a Chinese fighter clipped the wing of an unarmed Navy reconnaissance plane in international airspace over the South China Sea. You know, our plane was forced to land. The Chinese stripped it. They imprisoned our crew. This was one of the most humiliating incidents in American history. It should never happen again. But what we did was we taught the Chinese to be aggressive in international airspace. And that has been a problem ever since.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.